Week 14 of the training plan, and you can see from the eye bags it is early in the morning. It's actually Thursday morning. I did the first run of the week on Monday. I didn't quite manage the full 5 miles, had to cut it short and didn't get to record anything that day. Today on the plan it says hills and it says 5 miles, but I think time crunch of getting this done first thing in the morning, neither of those things are going to come about. And then at the weekend we've got a big run, but I'm also teaching in the morning and got a webinar to log on for, so that's going to be time crunched as well. So it's a bit awkward not being able to, or feeling restricted in what I can do to complete the sessions when it's getting so close to the event. There's been an announcement this week that the restrictions on gatherings of people are going to be tightened up. So I think as of yesterday evening, I was still a bit unsure about whether the event would still be able to go ahead now at the end of the month after all this time. That's a little bit frustrating, but excuse me. Then I don't know. I've seen something else this morning. Fingers crossed it'll still be okay, and it will still be able to go ahead. I think even if I don't get to race, I'm still going to get a trip to the Peak District because I should still be able to go and stay where I've booked, and then I'll just not be able to run. But fingers crossed that won't be the case. So the training does matter. So I'm going to go and get on with it. Only 3 miles. Probably shouldn't have hit snooze quite so many times. I thought, I didn't realise it would take me quite so long to put clothes on. But it's done. 3 miles. Big one this weekend. That'll be interesting. I'll keep you informed. And Saturday afternoon arrives. So I've spent this morning up early teaching a body pump class first thing, racing home via Starbucks for a coffee and lunch to log on to a webinar for body balance. So I've spent the morning in Les Mills land, and now it's time to run. I was thinking I might head out to the Ridgeway and do the run there, but I don't think I'm going to. I want to be closer to home today. So I'm going to head down to the river. The plan says 16 miles. That actually feels like a lot this close out to the race. I know when I was doing my marathon training plan a couple of years ago, I think the tapering reduced more quickly than that, so it would have been more like 10 or 12 miles at this stage with only 10 days left to go before the event. And considering I have done body pump this morning, I'm just going to take it easy and see how it feels. I think actually what would be more beneficial would be going somewhere where there's more hilly, but I'm going to take it down to the river, and the ground there's quite technical in terms of you have to watch your feet a lot. It's challenging for the ankles, so I think that'll still be beneficial. And then I might loop back round through some of the villages where it gets a bit more up and down for these parts. So that's today. The sun's shining, beautiful blue skies again. Been checking ahead now already for the weather forecast because it's getting closer. And it's looking like it might be like this for that weekend. Fingers crossed anyway. There are some rainy days on the forecast, but the average of the temperatures for that area is up in the 20s and sunshine. So fingers crossed it'll be good conditions, because it would be amazing to go up there and be able to take some nice photos and some nice videos for you all, and have some, sunshine to see around, especially for such a long day. So I've kitted up today. I've got all my drinks and everything. I haven't bothered with the big backpack because I've practiced that, so I know that that's okay. So yeah, let's just get it done. The run is done. So I was aiming for either 14 miles or about 3 hours, one or the other. I managed, I did the 14 and that took about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Plan was to try and go slow, and actually I went even slower than I was expecting. I think body pump this morning, and then having eaten a fairly big meal and had lots of drink not long before coming out, the first like 4 miles, 5 miles, I felt like I had a big weight vest on. Belly was really full, I was really sluggish and heavy and horrible, and after about 5 miles it started to get a bit of a second wind, pick up the pace a bit, especially as it was like where there are people on the trail. You sort of end up rushing to get past them and then forgetting to slow down again. So a few of the middle miles were a little bit faster than I wanted to go. Heart rate up a bit higher, but I suspect that's partly due to pump as well. So really good session. The main actual benefit I think of today's session was that it was in the afternoon, so it's just gone 4 o'clock now and I'm finishing. Normally I would always do my runs in the morning, but when I go and do the big run, I'm going to be out all day and probably finishing around 4 or 5 o'clock. So it's good to kind of like mentally prepare myself for that and have that practice, because like the temperature's different. Morning times are normally cooler, it's a lot warmer now, so if we get similar conditions in 2 weeks time, then I know I'm going to need to like be dressed for that. So really good session. It's Sunday morning now. I'm not running today, but I feel this weird urge to try and keep my step count up, so I've come to Wytham Woods. It's been on my list of places to sort of investigate for a while. A runner friend of mine comes here sometimes. I didn't realise you need a permit actually to come and walk here, which I don't have, so I'm keeping the visit short. I've just come to have a look around, but it's so beautiful. Look, there's the trees, the hills, there's views behind me into Oxford, which you probably can't see very well. There we go, there's Oxford. Yeah, it looks amazing, so I'm gonna go home now, and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna get some lunch and sign up for a permit so I can come back and have a run around here hopefully soon. And then that's it for this week. So next week is 15 out of 16. It's getting so close. Winding things right down, and I'll let you know how that goes.